All right, happy Monday, senior home business family. How you guys doing today? Hope you had a great weekend, man. I'm super excited about today's topic. We're getting to consultation all the way to care. If you're concerned about getting into this business or concerned about your loved one being placed somewhere, this will be a great video for you to watch because we're going to go everything from the initial consultation all the way to the care that your loved one deserves, or as a senior placement agent, that you should be doing on a daily basis with people. And I'm going to give you something. Stay on this video. I'm going to give you a little something I'm going to try this week with social workers, because I know some of you already think that's all this business, just the social worker aspect. But, you know, if you follow me any length of time, you know, social workers and social media is my game. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm going to show you something I got on my desk. You can't see it in the video, but something I'm going to do this week with social workers that's going to revolutionize my contacts. See, I've got a number of contacts in my area that I deal with to give me leads. And these leads, man, are just opportunities to help people. And that's the secret sauce in this business, guys. Before we get into the topic, it's knowing that you are helping a senior, a family at no cost, no obligation. And you are an advocate for seniors, and you're just putting yourself in their shoes, what they need to be able to do this business. So if you're out there and you want to ask a question, go ahead. You can drop it down in the comments section. And you can hit it in the chat if you're watching it live, if you're not watching the recorded version. If you want to know more about this business and what we're getting ready to get involved in, you can go to seniorhomebusiness.com. You see the mug, see my shirt. Shoot, man, I'll throw on a hat for you. Shoot, let's go with seniorhomebusiness.com. And you can learn about this business, man. We have the Senior Placement Institute, which is the most comprehensive senior placement course in the country. And I want to show you a video before we start, and we'll get into it. But let's get into the video. Let's rock and roll.
12,000 people turn 65 in the United States every day.
This is your golden opportunity to help people and to provide solutions for seniors.
I'm Brittany Moore, Senior Placement Specialist.
I'm Matt Stafford, founder and president of Senior Home Business.
And this is the Senior Placement Institute.
We started the Senior Placement Institute because the need in assisted living is enormous. And we need someone just like you to help provide solutions for seniors.
We provide 42 modules, one-on-one coaching, weekly collaboration, monthly workshops, and we have several hundred students in our community across the country.
It's the most comprehensive senior placement course in the country.
You can expect to make anywhere from $95,000 to $120,000 doing this role part-time, and you can expect anywhere from $250,000 plus doing this full-time.
We've had students make $34,000 in 1 month.
And their access to the course is unlimited.
The Institute has been key at my success. I could not have done it without Matt Stafford and his step-by-step guide. You're going to get placements.
We teach you everything from learning how to get a client all the way to invoicing a client and moving a client into a community.
How to generate leads, how to get seniors into your pipeline.
We teach you unique ways to find seniors in your community to ensure they get into the right place. How to follow up and stay in touch with clients, to be an advocate and a support system for them for life.
It's a one-time fee. You have unlimited access into the course and unlimited coaching. We started in 2019 before anyone else started. We 4X anyone in this industry.
We are here for you as a community and have students all across the nation that are here to support you in your journey starting your senior placement agency.
We have countless students that have gotten paid. You just need to take a risk. You need to take a leap of faith and trust in yourself.
Start your journey with Senior Placement Institute today.
Oh my goodness, there we go. That's our promo video. I just want to show you that real quick before we get into Consultation to Care is what our topic is today. So if you want to know more about this business, all you got to do is stay on my YouTube channel. There's like 550 videos on this channel. You can learn everything from short videos, 60 seconds or less, or long videos, anywhere from 4 or 5 minutes up to like 35 minutes to an hour or something like that. So you can learn all kinds of information about this business. Now, if you want to get in this business real quick, you're going to need to understand the process. You're going to need to understand lead generation. You're going to need to understand negotiation, a lot of the strategies that are out there. Can you do this business by yourself? Absolutely. You can just jump in and do it by yourself. Some of you are just viewing this business. If you've heard of it, many of you have not heard of this business, but if you have, you're kind of viewing this as a name drop business. That's so 2017. That's not today. But if you want to try that, go give yourself a big pat on the back, go give it a shot and come back to me in a couple months when it doesn't work. But if you want something that works, let's talk, let's get down to business. But if you want to know more about this business and you want to schedule a consultation call, you can drop down, click the link below, or you can schedule a time to get into a senior living online group for free. You can jot down and do that kind of thing too. So again, I'm going to give you something I'm going to do this week. Let's get into Consultation to Care. I'm going to give you these 5 things. I believe there's 5 things I got going popping up on the screen in just a second. Here's the first one. I'm going to talk to you today from 2 standpoints. One, from if you are a senior placement agent, what you should be doing. And then also if you are a loving, concerned parent, loving, concerned kid, loving, concerned kid. I mean, whatever it is out there, right? Did I say kid twice? I don't know if I did or not. But anyway, if you just have a loved one that needs assisted living, memory care, independent communities, and you want to understand this process, this would be the right video for you. So understanding the initial process. Now, when you get involved in this, understanding the initial process, consultation rather, you have to understand there's 2 elements to the consultation. One, there's trust and there's understanding. So there's trust from the standpoint of the family needs to trust a senior placement agent, right? Well, you say, well, Matt, this is a free service anyway, but you know what? People don't typically do things with people, especially business, if they don't trust you. So there needs to be the trust component. So if you're a family member and you're searching out someone to help you, assist you with this move, you need it in your gut. Go, do I trust this individual? Now, you might want to look up their reviews. You might want to talk to other people. You might want to evaluate their reputation in the area by talking to certain people in the area. I don't know. However you want to do it. But what does your gut say? Your initial response, your initial feeling of this senior placement agent? Is it one of, man, I just trust this person. I really want to do business with them. I really believe they can help me. And they got my loved one's best interest in mind. Now, understanding comes from the senior placement agent. You need to provide an understanding of this process to the family. And this is a way you can actually, if you're a family member, begin to decide whether you trust them or not. Does the senior placement agent just go, okay, just give me your name and number and I'll search out some communities. Give me your name and number and I'll just give you a list of communities that are out there. Are they doing that? If they're doing that, I would think the trust level is awfully low. You can do this on a national level. If you go online and you start searching, you're going to get ads, you're going to get a landing page, you're going to pop on, and they're going to go say, hey, give me your private information. Now, they're going to say it like that, but give me your name, number, and email, or name and number at least. And as soon as you put that information in there of your loved one, you're going to get a call. It's going to generate a phone call. And once you generate the phone call, then they're going to get some information from you. Now, is it one of understanding? I don't really necessarily condone how the national companies do it. I'm not here to bag on them, but I just don't like it because I think it turns into a telemarketing sales approach versus more of understanding. If you're a senior placement agent, especially a local one in your community, you should be a person that's empathetic and understanding of the senior's needs, right? So in order to do that, the senior placement agent has got to get into some key questions. This is why you can't just fly by the seat of your pants in this business and be successful. You've got to have key questions. If you want great answers, you've got to have great questions. And the same in this business when you're talking with people. I mean, what's their level of acuity? What's their preferences? What's their financial considerations? What are all these different things you've got to find out? As a senior placement agent, you've got to do a deep dive into the family's, situation. You've got to become aware of what they're going through. Again, it's not just, oh, mom's in skilled nursing. Mom needs assisted living. Oh, mom's at home. Dad passed away. Mom needs to go to independent community and be with other seniors and sense the security that's of that building. I mean, how do you know that? What are the questions that you ask, right? And then as you're asking questions, you need to identify key decision makers and address concerns, right? So this is another way from the family's perspective. Do you trust a senior placement agent? Are they inclusive with the family? Are they asking enough good questions to see if you have a sister that should be involved in the process? Maybe you as the sister, hey, you're Sally and your sister is Susan. So Sally makes the phone call and then Sally's talking to the senior placement agent. Well, then they go back and forth, but Sally's only objective is to find out more about this process. And not knowing that Sally has a sister that would like to be involved in the decision-making process. And so you need to find that out. Now, from a senior placement agent perspective, you need to find this out because distant relatives can sabotage the deal. Now, I don't mean to say deal like, it's a sales thing, but, I've had people out of state make certain comments because they're unaware of even their own loved one's situation. They haven't seen their mom in a year and a half. The last time they saw mom was at the barbecue at the family reunion last year, and mom was walking around just fine. Mom was walking around and just talking to everybody, wasn't utilizing her cane. Actually, she drove to the event, and everybody's like, what's wrong? And then the out-of-state loved one might view the senior placement agent as somebody who's just trying to stick mom into an old folk home. Now, that's a bad way to say it. I don't say old folk home anytime in my conversation with family. It's a bad thing, but they might say that because they don't understand the industry. Oh, you're just trying to get my mom in a facility, which is the F word in this industry, right? If you don't know, don't use the word facility. It's community. Not only is it softer, it's easier on the ears. I guess eyes would be the expression, but easy on the ears, right? It's a community. It's not a facility. Facility sounds like mom's being locked up somewhere, can't have any visitors, can't ever leave, can't ever see the light of day, So you got to do those kind of things. So that's understanding the initial consultation part of it. And then you need to get into the evaluating senior care options. And so this is going back to the family member. How can you trust the senior placement agent? Are they seriously evaluating senior care options? Or are they just providing a list? Or are they telling you, hey, let's go tour 2 or 3 communities and see if mom likes it? Let's just go to the community and have lunch and see if she likes the residents there. Well, that community might not be the ideal fit for mom. And so the senior placement agent needs to evaluate the senior care options that are available for mom, even outside the arena of getting paid. Because in this arena, obviously, if you refer someone to a community and you have a referral agreement with them, you're going to get paid. But I have referred people to other means of care and did not get paid because it was in the best interest of mom. That's the approach you need to have. And that's the litmus test if you're truly an advocate for seniors. Or are you just trying to direct them to a certain community because you have 5 referral agreements out there and, oh man, mom needs to go to one of these 5 or I won't get paid. So they need to do that. And the way we do this, you need to align the client's needs with the appropriate care level. So you've got to go through what is involved in mom's care. Okay, so everything from what we call ADLs, activities of daily living, all the way to her behavior. I mean, certain things that she might be diabetic. There's a lot of different medical conditions. So you need to get her medical history. You need to understand beyond the financial considerations. Just get entrenched in mom's care, entrenched in what she needs. And when you do that, man, the picture becomes crystal clear what mom needs. But if you go into the consultation call as a senior placement agent and you have preconceived ideas about, okay, great, I got a lead. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get this individual into a community so I'll get paid. You're going to miss the boat. You're going to miss the essence of this process. And the process is to figure out exactly the care level that mom is at. And you do that, you won't be tempted to direct them to a certain community. You'll be identifying the ideal community for that loved one. So you've got to go through what are their appropriate care levels. Okay. The third one is presenting recommendations to families. Now, you want to present this in a clear and concise, if that thing pops up, clear and concise presentation of options. So this is how you can trust families. This is how you can trust senior placement agents. Are they presenting options to you in a clear and concise manner? Or are they just having you do the work? Or are they just having you touring around the community and looking after one community after the other? Guess what? Let me give you some truth here. You can actually pull up all the communities for the most part, maybe not care homes, but all the large communities on Google. So we're not Google specialists. We're not Google researchers. Senior placement agents are ones that will identify the correct community for the loved one. And we've got to be able to offer a clear and concise presentation. Is the presentation clear? Meaning, is it personable? Is it one of that? This is mom's situation. This is not some random person. This is not just a presentation that I give everybody, right? I mean, true, the nuts and bolts of the presentation will be maybe 90% available to everybody, but I'm always kind of putting in certain things about mom's care level, her behaviors, things like that in there. So it's more personable and it's got to be concise, right? And then as you offer clear and concise presentation of the options, you need to have pros and cons of each option. Now, I do this with my 5-step tour presentational kind of thing. I do all this kind of stuff, but I like virtual tours. I like online meetings, and I like it from the standpoint that I'll point out pros and cons based on what the family's saying. Again, it's not my pros and cons. It's not what I like about the community. I've had plenty of families choose a community because they felt like mom would like that community. And everything within me is going, man, if it was my mom, I would have chosen community B. I don't know why they're over here choosing community A, but it's not my choice. I'm not directing them. I am providing a list. I'm providing options that fit with mom's acuity level, right? So you want to look at that, the pros and cons. Now, I've had families outright ask me, well, Matt, if it was your mom, which one would you choose? Now, if they ask that question, I'm very honest. But, but what's right for my mom may not be right for their mom. And so I quickly explain, my mom might be at a different care level. Because, guys, let me give you a little insight. Not all communities are the same. It's not like you got a craving for a Big Mac and you go to any McDonald's, you're going to get a Big Mac. You say, well, come on, Matt, all these communities have care. They all have food. They all have some sort of activities. They all have some sort of leadership. They all got apartments or rooms. They all got ... Well, that's true, but is the level of care there appropriate for mom? Is the level and amount of activities that are in that community right for mom? Is the kind of seniors that are there, the demographics of the seniors that are already in that building, is that one where mom would identify and gravitate to by being there? She would like being there, right? You would up the chances of her experience being one of a great experience because you picked the right location. Now, if you don't have a senior placement agent who knows the market, you're going to have to do this all by yourself, family member. Good luck with that. You're going to pull up 25, 30 different communities, and then you're going to, I know, miss some options, some opportunities that are out there because there's plenty of care homes that are out there. At least in my area, I know a number of states across the country. Some states don't have care homes, but most of them do. And you're going to miss all these opportunities because some of these care homes just do not advertise on Google. They don't advertise on Instagram, YouTube, and all these other social media handles. They just, they're just good at what they do. Unless you know that, you're not going to be able to encourage mom to make the fourth one a decision-making process. This is how you can trust family members of a senior placement agent. Are they leading you down the path of a decision-making process? That'd be another way. Or are they providing a list? Or are they just providing you a tour list, go tour these communities? Or are they just talking randomly about different things, but not really leading you down the decision-making process? What I mean by that is when I get a family on the phone, is one of I'm listening to their needs. I'm being empathetic. I'm listening to all what they have to offer in terms of information about their loved one. But there comes a transitional moment in that conversation where I take control. As the professional, as the lead who knows the information about my market, I begin to extend information and then tell them what's next. Here's the next steps. There's the two biggest words in this whole business and senior living in general is next steps. You're going to need to know that. So before we get into all that kind of stuff, I did promise you something, man. I'm going this week out to some social workers that I have never done business with or haven't done business with in a long time. I'll end up stopping by the ones I do business with too, but see my hat, see my shirt, but it's football season. So I'm going to be taking these footballs. I got a whole box of them over there. Here's 4 in my hand, 2 in each hand. And I'm going to pass out these footballs. And what these footballs are, if you can't tell in the video, they're the stress balls, right? Now, we're most senior placement agents. This is a pro tip, guys. I'm telling you. So if you're looking to get into business and maybe, or you already in the business, you're not in my community and you want to employ this strategy, this is a new strategy. It's not even a senior placement institute. This is what we do in our community. We come up with ideas and we share with you. We share what works and what doesn't work. I have shared with my students, don't do billboards. The reason I say don't do billboards is because I've done it. I've done an $18,500 investment in billboards for 6 months, 5 billboards, switching every 6 weeks, all kinds of different cities, and didn't get anything from it. So I got a sour taste on billboards. Doesn't mean it don't ever work, but for me, it didn't work. This one here has got information on it, phone number, and I'm going to go to these social workers as a gift. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a box. not like just a brown box, but I'm kind of decorate a little bit. I'm going to go to the concierge and say, you know what? Hey, I've got a gift for social worker I'd like to extend to her. And more than likely she'll come out, or maybe she can't come out. I can just hand it to the concierge. I'll hand one for the concierge and one for the social worker. Again, these little things, I've got them on my desk. I've got a pen over here from Bradley, Real Success, a thing I went to a number of months ago. I got all kinds of little things on my desk. But something like this, I believe social workers will keep. Not only because it's a stress ball, it's just something a little different, right? Most people will pass out a business card. Guess where the business cards go? Business cards will probably go over here in my little trash can, right? Unless they really like you and they really want to do business with you. Brochures, kind of the same thing, or they might get left on their desk for a little bit, up on a brochure rack, collecting dust. I believe something like this. You just walk in, say, I got a present for the social worker. When you see the social worker, I'm not there to sell her at all. Only thing I'm going to do is say, hey, I know my name is Matt Stafford. I know your job's stressful. I help seniors. I just want to give you a stress ball, something you can kind of, use throughout the day. So I'll let you know if that works, but this is what I'm going to do. So this is kind of some ideas that we give in the Senior Placement Institute in our community. Man, I'm telling you, we've got a vibrant community, a couple hundred students throughout the nation, and we share ideas. Some of these ideas don't work. Some of them do work. But I tell you, one that does work is when you're in this decision-making process, if you're the senior placement agent and you begin to negotiate for the senior and you save them money, not getting them into a poor community, but saving them money, thousands of dollars, but keeping them in a great 5-star community, man, that's going to help your business. So you got to learn negotiation. The fifth one is ongoing care and follow-up. You need to do this. And what I mean by that is checking in post-placement. This is how you know you got a good senior placement agent, especially at the local level. I don't know any national companies that do this. They're not really concerned about the information they receive after the move-in. Only the information they're wanting to receive after the move-in is when is the invoice, when is the check coming of the invoice that I just sent you, right? That's the only information they want to know. But locals should be checking in post-placement, seeing how mom likes it, not checking in to see if mom wants to move. Now, that's a bad strategy. Let me tell you that. That's a bad strategy. I've got a person, I do business in the Central Coast of California, as well as my own area right here in the Fresno, Clovis, California area. But in Central Coast, I do business there. And there's one lady, I won't say her name. Matter of fact, I can't say her name because I can't remember her name now, but I wouldn't say her name anyway. But she's developed a reputation over time where she will move somebody to a certain community. And she goes in very cool as a local placement agent and she checks in on the family. But the way she checks in on the family is she goes back to the daughter and goes, hey, daughter, I know you wanted mom at, closer to where you work. I know you wanted mom about $500 shy of what you're paying right now. I can get her closer to work, $500 cheaper now. I couldn't find this earlier, just 2 months ago, but it's come available now if you want to make the move. So what she's doing is she's double dipping. She's getting paid from one community, moving the family. Instead of being creative, go out and get more seniors in her funnel and her pipeline. Now she's using the same senior that she moved and moving that senior to a different community, getting paid twice within 2, 3, 4 months. Well, the communities have wised up to it. And now a lot of the communities don't even utilize her services. So be legit, man. And you won't do something like that if you really are an advocate for seniors. You're putting the senior first and you're taking them through a process and not worried about getting paid. Again, the process could end up being somewhere that they go get placed. Whether it could be a community you want a referral agreement with or some other level of care that's provided for them and you don't get paid. I'm okay with that because I want the senior to have the best experience possible. I'll put myself in their shoes. How would I want my mom and dad treated in that scenario? So that's what I do. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Again, if you want to know more about the Senior Placement Institute, how to get in this business, drop down, click the link, schedule a call with me. I'd love to talk to you. All that, man. Till next time, God bless.